think.
Did you hear about the sanctum cult stuff today with Hunter Biden?
What is that?
I'm obsessed with Hunter Biden.
The story I saw was that the leader of this LA sex club that cost $75,000 a year was kicked out of the club because he shared that Hunter Biden was once a member. And all he shared was like a social media post that said, I kicked him out because he was weird. But then they kicked him out of the club because, like, you're not allowed to talk about the club. It's like Fight Club.
Ooh, Fight Club. I fucked up. I had a chance to get Hunter Biden on the podcast in the very beginning.
Can.
I can't.
Wait for him to get back on crack.
I can get him back on crack.
Do it. That's when you get him back.
Yeah, I'll try it for the first time.
Well, I hear my friend did crack, and he's like, it's
salts.
amazing.
Well, it's cocaine. It's freebasing cocaine. Dr. Carl Hart, who's this brilliant guy who's a legitimate academic, but also is a drug user. Mm-hmm. And he's like, there's no difference. It's pharmacologically, it's the same drug. You're freebasing.
I could see that.
Yeah. And it's like the real thing that's different is the policy. Because it's the most racist policy in the history of the drug war. They're like, if you get busted with cocaine, it's one thing. But if you get busted with crack, you get a crazy sentence.
Yes.
Like way, way, way more.
It's just racist.
Well, it's not just racist. It's like when you really go into like the origins of, you aware of the Freeway Rick Ross story?
No.
Rick Ross, not the rapper, but the real Rick Ross was a drug dealer in South Central LA.
Okay.
And he couldn't even read. And he was making millions and millions of dollars. He was like a star tennis player and figured out how to make money doing it. It's just a smart, smooth dude who knew how to move cocaine. But he didn't know he was moving it for the CIA.
Oh.
He didn't know he was moving it to fund the Contras versus the Sandinistas in Nicaragua.
Interesting.
So this is the whole Oliver North thing. So they lock him up. He learns how to read in jail and becomes a lawyer. And then realizes they got him on, 3 strikes, but it can't be 3 strikes in one crime. It has to be 3 different crimes, 3 different arrests.
Right.
So he got out.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
But like, look what they did for him.
But that guy
he learned to read. He became a lawyer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what a fucking great story that is.
He's an awesome guy too. But that's where crack was coming from. I mean, it was our own fucking government.
Oh yeah.
It was rogue. I should be real clear about this. Probably rogue outlaw entities in our own government. It's not like our government approves that.
Didn't Reagan like put crack into the community pretty much?
Reagan did it himself.
Yeah.
He went in the middle of the night like Santa Claus. It's like a little crack for everybody. Well, that the whole fucking the drug war is just bananas when you're actually still selling drugs. Like they call it it's just a war on drug competition is all it is. It's not a drug war. The drugs are making billions of dollars. Like, okay, no more money for drugs. Drugs are now illegal to sell. Like, what are you talking about?
No way.
Look at the amount of money that people make on just drugs that everyone agrees that, listen, I don't take Adderall, but I 100% support your right to take Adderall.
Sure.
I hear it's awesome. And people who take it, they can't shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah, it's like me and my friend used to take Stacker too. Yeah. I think it's the same thing. We would like do everything in the office. Everyone would love when we took it.
But guess what, kids? That's a drug.
Yeah.
That's a drug.
Absolutely.
I mean, just the fact that you're getting it from your doctor.
I mean, doctors prescribe so much stuff.
Tell the doctor to sell Coke.
Why not? I tried to get a prescription for Xanax, and my doctor looked at me where he was just like, I'm not giving it to you. And I was like, are you serious?
Oh, my God, really?
Yeah, because I wanted it to fly. He's like, I'm not doing it. He's like, they're really cracking down right now, so you can't have any.
Well, the thing about benzodiazepine is it's very difficult to kick. Very difficult. Physiologically. It's one of the only drugs, like alcohol, that'll kill you if you just go cold turkey sometimes.
Yeah.
Some people just get wrecked by that stuff. Jordan Peterson got wrecked. Like physically wrecked for like over a year. It took him so long just to build his health back up.
Well, my friend that was doing crack was also doing Xanax. So, and he was like, his doctor just made him go, I guess, cold turkey. But he had been doing so much that when he stopped, he went ballistic.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be horrible. It's
It
supposed
is
to be
horrible.
horrible withdrawals. Especially when people go crazy and they're eating it all day long.
Oh, yeah, he was taking it all day. That was rough for him. And that's when I started doing crack with
I
prostitutes.
had a buddy that was a comic and was like just having anxiety attacks. He just couldn't fucking control it and started taking Xanax, and it all went away. And then all of a sudden he was fun again. It was weird. It was like
Anxiety is terrible.
it was terrible. And I know his health deteriorated after, but he was drinking while he was doing it, which you're not supposed to do, which a lot of people do. This lady said this
Sure.
to me on an airplane. She had a glass of wine. She goes, a glass of wine and a Xanax, and I don't give a fuck about the world.
Yeah. I've taken Xanax. If I went to Australia and I took it and I slept most of the flight.
Yeah.
It just knocks you out.
Yeah, I would imagine. It's a good move for a 16-hour flight. But is the come down bad?
You're exhausted. You're like so tired the rest of that day. You're like you're done. There's nothing you could do. That's why I would only take it if I was flying.
Right. Yeah, that would make me think that if you took it before you went on stage, that wouldn't be good either.
No, it's like a real downer.
I think he was doing that though.
I'm amazed by people that could like do so much drugs and drink and go on stage.
Well, I wonder though, like how it's interacting with whatever individual's level of anxiety, right?
Sure.
Like we all assume that people have the same anxiety, but my level of anxiety differs throughout the day, and depending on what I'm doing, depending
Sure.
on like my activity level, whether I've exercised, whether I slept well. You
Yeah.
know? So I don't have a lot of anxiety, but if someone had a lot of anxiety, like or like a high, I don't even know what that feels like. Like if
No.
Xanax is the only thing that takes them out of that, like give them some fucking Xanax.
Absolutely. It's
What
just
is
for
that?
me, it makes me like a zombie. That's why I really can't take it.
I just wish there was something that had that sort of an effect, but wasn't like so ferociously addictive.
I mean,
Probably mushrooms.
I don't know.
I
I'm
bet
scared to
that
do any of those drugs.
microdosing. Scared. Why?
I don't know. I reacted so badly when I did an edible when I was at Moon Tower like last year, and I never done it before, and it was like the worst experience.
How many milligrams?
I don't remember. It was like in a bag that they
Oh,
gave you, and my
God.
friend was like, she was like, no, it was like from a company though. She was like, this is
Oh, a
very
company.
weak. I know, but it wasn't just like some guy off the street handed it to me. So I was like, oh, this seems legitimate. And I took it, and I remember going to sleep and waking up to hearing the ocean. I mean, it was so wild. I thought I was in that movie with Russell Crowe. What's that movie where he's like, he thinks he's in the CIA, but he's just bipolar or schizophrenic?
Oh yeah.
So the whole time I thought I was like that situation. I mean, it's not good for me. Like my friend came over and I was like, I used the same logic he used where he realized those people never aged.